You know, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And so I went to school to learn how to teach school. And I love my job. And then I really wanted to touch more young people, be able to inspire more. So I went back to school and became a principal. I learned how to lead a school. And I'll never forget the day I was sitting at a table with my building leadership team with some great teachers and very involved parents. And one of my best parents says, you know, if we could use some quality management tools to streamline our processes and cut out cost. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't live in your world. I have no idea what you are talking about. And I realized at that moment, like a ton of bricks, that here I was leading a school, trying to get teachers rallied up about real-world experiences for our young people, and I'd never been there. I didn't really know where these young people were going to end up. So my career did take a pivot, and I went and spent some time in Sprint, and that's where I really began to realize that oh, wow, education is in one universe, and there's a specific language, and we value specific things. And then the world of work or industry or business is in a whole nother. And wow, they want you to collaborate, but in education, that's called cheating. So, kind of a disconnect. Some stats here. McKinsey & Company is a global consulting firm, and what they do is they have interviewed about 8,000 people worldwide, educators, people from industry, and also young people that are headed into their first entry-level position. And we feel pretty good about what we're doing, and we feel really excited about those graduates. But those employers don't think the same. So there's got to be some kind of a disconnect between what we're doing, and even the students think that too. So I ask you, what would it be like if we took a school, or we designed a school, and we put it in the real world of work so that kids would operate in a way that isn't like a school, more like the world of industry? My question is, what would it look like if you had a high school that was built in that real world? Well, I got job of the lifetime. In 2008, I had the honor to start and lead a program within the Blue Valley School District called the Center for Advanced Professional Studies, CAPS. Now, this program was supposed to take juniors and seniors and fast forward them over their college years and put them into the area that they think they might be interested in. Bioscience, maybe in veterinary, med, maybe they might want to be an engineer, maybe they might want to be a lawyer or a teacher. Figure it out in high school. They spend half a day with us, and then the other half is in their normal high school. And they were to earn high school and college credit. And that was handed to me on a 25-page feasibility study and said, go do it. So I looked around and thought, you know what? I've got a benchmark outside of education. I need to figure out where these kids are going. Where are they going to end up? What will Google expect of them? What will industries expect of these young people? And what I found as I looked around, 2008, in a wonderful school district, 0 business partners. There weren't any people helping try and design this type of authentic learning. So I think what I realized, and the team that I acquired realized, that we had to flip the question. Instead of us, educators, asking business to help us, we flipped the question. The question became, what can we do for you, industry people? Tell us what you're not finding in these engineers that you're graduating. And oh, by the way, are you getting enough of them? What are the skill sets that drive you crazy about those new entry-level positions? What can we do as educators to help stop that and give them the skill sets that you expect. So, we got started, 0 partners. Who's going to be the first? Somebody maybe our superintendent knows, maybe somebody that cares a lot about our school district, maybe somebody that cares a lot about kids. And lo and behold, we found somebody from Garmin. And Chris Locke, is a wonderful man. He did and still does robotics in our school district. He might be the window in. The diagram that you see is basically what our relationship with Garmin looks like now, 5 years. In the beginning, it was nothing. It was nothing. How it started, we flipped the question. We said to Chris, "So what are you not seeing in software engineers?" And he would say, "Not only am I not seeing anything, I'm not getting enough of them. How do I have more?" That dialogue started with the first piece, and that was, "Okay, Chris, tell us how we should teach. What are the things that we should do? What's important?" He rallied other people, other engineers, and this relationship continues to grow and grow and grow, with real projects that students are involved in, with real college-level internships as a 17-year-old, and kids that are really psyched about this area. Let's look about this one. This one is a bank, Freedom Bank, and it's just a one bank. And it just happens that the CEO of that bank, Kurt Knutson, he was active in our environment already. He judged DECA contests, and so we thought, well, maybe he'll have a cup of coffee with us and talk a little bit about what you're not seeing in the new hires that you hire in the banking and finance industry. Oh, he had a story to tell. And it was awesome. It began to open up our eyes that we really could make a difference with young people, but we needed these industry partners. We needed to have him help us teach. We needed his employees to be mentors, and we needed actual projects that he would give us to make it real for kids. Well, here's another one, last one. Cerner is a huge growing company in Kansas City, and they're in the crosshairs of IT and medical. And their growth really is slowed by not having enough systems engineers and software engineers. And so somebody on our board knew somebody in Cerner that we got a cup of coffee with. And that started a huge relationship. They not only let our kids sit in on professional development, so when their engineers are training, guess who else is there? 17-year-olds. When their engineers are developing a handheld app for nurses and doctors, guess who else is involved? Our tech kids. This is the type of relationship that we now have with 240 different business partners from all over the world, because some of our business partners have reaches in companies in Shanghai and Singapore. And you can do this too. I've spent yesterday all day in your environment and knowing the people in your environment in Burnsville for about 2 years now. And so it can be done here. You have a mayor, you have a superintendent that's all in, you've got a principal that's all in, and you've got teachers that are ready to engage in that conversation. So I ask you, and I really challenge you, 2 cups of coffee, and those of you that are Starbucks freaks, it might be 7, but 2 cups of coffee a week, pick an industry partner, somebody you know. Maybe it's somebody down the street. Maybe it's somebody in your classroom. Maybe it's a parent in your classroom that works at Target or that's in one of these companies around your area. And say, you know, I really want to make my educational opportunity for kids more relevant. Will you help me do that? Tell us what we should be teaching. What do you need in this real world of work? And will you partner with me to help make that happen? 2 people, 2 cups of coffee per week. And eventually you'll build a bridge that's really solid between the world of education and the world of industry. So join us on this journey, because this town, hands down, you can make it happen. Thank you.